All right, we're out here, and here are the conditions. Let me just kind of break it down for you. We've got probably the third day after the cold front here, and this is a late cold front. We're in the first week of April. So this is a little, I guess, against the grain here. It's not what it typically would be. We would, like right now, be probably close to about a 72, 73, 74 degree water temp, and we're at 62. That's why I want to give you plenty of baits. 6 baits that almost always work. Now, don't think of these colors as the gospel colors that you're going to use. Region to region, it's going to change, and light conditions and water clarity have a lot to do with it. These are just examples. So probably one of my go-to baits this time of year is going to be a topwater, but it's not going to be a really big topwater. It's probably for action. I'm going to throw this Mirror Mullet XL. Now this is a fantastic color on conditions like we have right now, but I also keep a couple of other solid colors in the boat, or bicolor baits where they have a dark back. Believe it or not, this bait is seen top, bottom, and sides because of the way it dips and dives underneath the water when you walk it. But this is an excellent bait. It's a mid-range topwater bait. You could get by with a top pup or a sheep pup, but most of the water we're going to fish today is going to probably be anywhere from 1.5 feet to 3.5, 4 foot deep in the deep troughs. So this is an excellent topwater here, especially if you live in a metro area where there's a lot of pressure on the water. So that would be bait number 1. I'm going to go through these before we start showing you how to fish them. Bait number 2 is probably going to be a Mirrodine. This is the MR17, not the MR27s. Remember, we're doing these 6 baits for action, for you to catch fish, regardless of species type. So this is the dude color, but I also keep flat snack on the boat. We'll probably throw a little bit of the apple pie moonshine today. We're going to throw a couple of different baits, but this MR17, that is a staple on the boat in the spring. If the fry in the water seems to be smaller, where you are, you have what we call sizzle bait. Try the mirror glass. This is a fantastic little bait here that I love to have on my boat at all times of the year, but especially in the spring. Either this one or the mirror minnow, but the mirror glass is almost as if it were a soft plastic because it hits the water so soft, and I can sight fish with this bait. Speaking of soft plastics, you've got to have a couple of different colors of paddle tails. Now I've got 4-inch paddle tails, or what I like to throw, because I can get great distance and I can draw strikes from a greater distance. I used a 3-inch in some of the Ned stuff when we're in cold weather in the wintertime, but I use these 4-inch size a lot, and you can't go wrong with the right stuff and red bone. Those are 2 staple colors that you should always have in your boat. Jerk shads, another great bait. I'm using the 4-inch. I'll move to 5-inch as we get warmer in May and June and July. But right now, while we still have some cool fronts and these bright days, I use these smaller ones. Beer Run and Houdini. Houdini, fantastic color to use over all bottom types. So these 2 colors are fantastic. And lastly, number 6, Bucktail Jigs. I like Bucktail Jigs. The white ones, I can swim them like a minnow. I can make this thing look like a bait fish. And the darker color ones, I drag them on the bottom through the potholes, through the oyster troughs, and make them look like crabs and shrimp. I'll short hop them a little bit, and I'll swim these. That's basically the overview and the breakdown of what we're going to do. Next, I'm going to teach you how to work each one.